Hi, my name is Andrea Wiesner, and this is my Web 2.0 reflection. So, the first question asks to describe my thoughts after watching the videos about how the internet has driven change and the lecture. Um, the primary message that I received from the lecture and the videos um, was that how much change and perseverance the internet allows people to have. An example is in the lecture video, I was really inspired by the fact that the gentleman at the end who had a son who died from SIDS, that he used his YouTube videos as a way to kind of help get some relief from his sadness and help him with his depression and to stay happy and to make others laugh by staying happy. And I just really think that's really incredible that the internet has been such a great platform to allow people to not only meet other people from all around the world and connect with others, but also be able to do things that even 10 years ago they never would have the possibility to. And it allows people to have kind of like a gateway into their own mind and just their own personal diary or their journals. And so I think that's a really great thing for a lot of people. The next question asks to describe the podcast I listen to. I listen to the podcast by Shanna Pepys. She's the 2015 National Teacher of the Year. And she discussed how she started off in teaching and where she first started out was a very low income, one of the bad neighborhood schools. And she talked about how her meeting some of her students led her to be inspired now today on how she is teaching and what she wants to do to give those children a better life. I really liked the podcast. I had never listened to a podcast before, but I really did enjoy it. I was really shocked on how easy it was to do, and I feel like podcasts would be a great part of the classroom, not only to let students record podcasts, but to save information, to find things on the internet that relate to the subject that you're studying, and have a podcast that the children can listen to also. And another thing I thought maybe a podcast would be great for is kind of like an audio book. And so certain kids can listen to different stories or talking about different books they could be reading as well. So I really, really enjoyed my podcast, and I think I might be using some more of those. And then the next question talked about, should social networking applications like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, etc. be allowed in the primary through 12 educational environment? On this question, I'm kind of in the middle. I feel that some of those social networking applications have a great benefit for classrooms and for students, for example, YouTube, but at the same time, they can be abused in many ways. However, I feel with the proper guidance and letting it be allowed for certain activities that it can be a very good benefit for students and for teachers as well. And then the next question asks, which cloud-based bookmarking tool did you utilize and what were your thoughts after using it? So I decided to look around a little bit at Digg, and I had never used a social bookmarking tool. And after using it, I was a little bit disappointed. I kind of thought it was a little confusing and just I like probably bookmarking and using my stuff on my computer a little bit better. But it was really interesting to see what other people have been able to post, and I looked up a little bit of stuff on them, and I used Digg, and that was just really interesting to look at that and Reddit and see what people really do use it for. And for a lot of people, it's a wonderful thing, and so that was really neat. So again, I feel like technology is a great thing to have in the classrooms. I think web applications and the internet has been a huge advantage, not only in people's everyday lives, but also in technology in hospitals and especially education, because just like for me, being able to listen about that podcast from the 2015 National Teacher of the Year, I was able to get a lot of different insight on how she became a teacher and what she did, and it's just incredible to think of all this extra knowledge that we can get and connect with people all over the world. And also to allow people to find a place that they can almost feel like a safe haven to be themselves and find other people they can connect with in the world. So